As far as British interest in the Olympics is concerned, the Velodrome is absolutely going to be a focus of attention, not least because 4 years ago in Beijing we got 14 medals, 8 of them gold, and a lot of people will be looking for something similar this time around. I think among the best hopes for a gold medal in the cycling must be the men's team pursuit, who won the gold in Beijing and who are an exceptional quartet of riders. One of the key figures of the four-man team is Geraint Thomas, the Welsh rider, who would have been riding in the Tour de France this year, but he's renounced that in order to train specially for the team pursuit. In Beijing, of course, Chris Hoy and Jason Kenny rode against each other in the men's final, and Hoy won. That's not going to be possible here because the rules have been changed to ensure that you've only got one rider from each country competing. So it's going to be either Hoy or Kenny, and they're going to have to leave it to the last minute before deciding which one. And then whichever it is will have to ride against a very strong field of competitors, notably Gregory Boget, the Frenchman, who's always very, very strong. And in the women, of course, it's Victoria Pendleton, resuming her great rivalry with the Australian rider Anna Meares. They've been at it hammer and tongs for years now, and Vicky Pendleton will be hoping to finish her career, because she's retiring after these games, with a gold medal. In the Omnium, which is a new event at the Olympics, it's like a kind of decathlon. It's 6 separate disciplines in which a rider has to compete, and it's the sort of aggregate of results of those 6. And Laura Trott, who's only 20 years old but has made a terrific impact over the last couple of seasons, will be, if not the favourite, certainly among the favourites. Definitely a very good chance of a medal, and a good shot at a gold too. 4 years ago in Beijing, Britain's first gold came in the cycling road races. It came from Nicole Cook, at a point at which people were getting a little bit twitchy. How was the team as a whole going to perform? And Nicole Cook kind of unlocked the flood of gold, if you like. And this time around, on the first fully competitive day of the Games, the Saturday, it's going to be the men's road race, and it's going to be Mark Cavendish competing in that. And of course he will be the favourite as the reigning world champion. But the road race, it's not a lottery exactly, but an awful lot of things have to fall into place for even a strong favourite to win it. The British interest in the time trials comes from Bradley Wiggins, who will definitely be among the 2 or 3 favourites in the men's event, depending slightly on how he's got on in the Tour de France, and Emma Pooley, who got a silver in Beijing. The course is not necessarily designed to suit her. She likes a bit more climbing than there is in the London course, but she's been training specially for it. She's been training for the flatter course, and she'll definitely be in with a shout. The BMX is a terrifically spectacular thing to watch, and in the women's event we've got Sinead Reid, who gave us all a heart-stopping moment in the final 4 years ago when she was challenging for the lead on the very last bend. She could have settled for a silver. She decided not to. She really went for it and fell on the last bend, and so of course finished outside the medals. But it was, in a way, you had to applaud her courage and grit, that nothing but a gold was good enough for her. And actually she symbolised the spirit of the cycling team as a whole. That's what they were going for. So 14 medals in Beijing, 8 of them gold. Can they match that? Very, very unlikely, because the rules of the game have changed. A couple of events that we got golds in Beijing have been removed from the schedule. A couple of other things have changed that don't help us, but half a dozen golds would not be outside the bounds of possibility, and that would indeed be a marvellous result, especially given the investment that's gone into creating the wonderful Velodrome, which is one of the things that will be left after the Olympics that will be used for many, many years with great pleasure by a lot of people.